Okay, here we go. The rest of the kit video. The kit's comprised made up of Dave Canterbury's 10 C's for survival. And want to start off here. We have cover, cutting, combustion, container, cordage, compass, cotton bandana, candling device, which is like a flashlight, something, you know, flashlight, little headlamp. Cloth cell needle, you already got that in your fishing kit. Cloth duct tape, cargo tape, which is gorilla tape. And then I've added to calories and come get me, which is signaling. Okay, so let me get around here and we'll get started on this. Okay, to start off with, we have cover. And for cover, we'll start with this here. You'll see Dave use this a lot. It's a grabber space blanket. This has got grommets in it for tie outs. You use it for a tarp. Sometimes you'll see him use an orange one, sometimes a green one. Most people now prefer green better because you kind of blend in with the environment. Sometimes you don't want to be seen. You don't want to stick out orange like a sore thumb. But for that, moving on, we also have SOL emergency space blanket. This is a high quality mylar space blanket that you could use, you know, in case of some kind of trauma, shock, or, you know, just to keep warm. Can also be used in an emergency. Say you lost this. This could be used as a tarp also. Dave will explain all that in his videos. And this is also orange, so if you want to signal, this has an orange side. You could use this for signaling. Also, the last part of cover would be a 3 mil, which is the thickness, heavy duty. This is a contractor's bag. And what you would use this for, you could use it for a poncho if you need to. Poke a hole in the top, throw it over you, use it like a poncho. But the main reason I would think use this would be as a ground sheet. You know, gather you up some dry leaves, underbrush, you know, something for insulation. Throw this over it, and this is a moisture barrier, a ground sheet. And you can split this to make it longer. Okay, so that's it for the cover. The cutting, we have already been over that. You've got your knife. The combustion, we've been over that. You've got your fire steel. I'm probably going to throw a little big lighter in the kit also with some duct tape wrapped around it. Later on, maybe we'll get you a little magnifying glass. You learn how to use solar ignition. Okay, container, metal containers. This here isn't anything fancy. This is just a stainless steel metal container. I've used this before. This is one of my older ones. I upgraded to a newer one. But this is a perfectly fine metal container. If you're going to put it on fire, use it, you know, common sense. You would know. You want to take the lid off and take this off. This is just the insulation. Say if you have your hot drink, whatever. But there we have your container. Also, you can use this to store some of your stuff in when you're carrying it, just to save space. Like in mine, I put my cordage down in there and some other different things. This is also on a Night Eyes carabiner, so you could clip this to what you will be carrying your kit in. This here, just a stainless steel metal cup, used for boiling your water, disinfecting your water, cooking your food. And also use this when you get to where you want to make char. You just have clear some ground out where it's dirt. Put your char in here, whether it's cloth cloth, cotton cloth to make char with, or whether you're using natural materials. I prefer natural materials myself because you never run out of them. You would put them in here, have clear place on the dirt, turn that upside down. No oxygen could get to it, build the fire over it. Let the fire burn a little while. You know, just let it alone 15-20 minutes or whatever. When it's done, move all your coals, anything out of the way that could ignite this. Let it set and cool for a while. Then after it's set and cool for a while, pick it up, you'll have char. I'm also going to throw you a little Altoids tin in your kit so you can make char with that. There'll be videos and it'll show you in the book how to do that. Okay, on from container to cordage. We got two different kind of cordages here. I've got you a roll of bank line here to use, and also a roll of paracord. I like using paracord better for tarp setup and such because it's easier to tie the knots and all with. Easier to tie the knots, undo the knots. The bank line would be better for making snares, using for fishing line, all kinds of different uses you'll see when you read your book. Okay, now moving on from that, we have a compass. I'm not even going to take it out. It's just a basic compass. It's a nice little compass. Got a movable bezel ring on it. I've got some leather wrapped around it to protect it. You could also use this leather as a, to grab a hold if you want to pick up something hot or hold a hot cup. Use the leather around it and it'll kind of protect your hands. Okay, now moving on. Cotton bandana. Cotton bandana used for many things. The main thing, you could use this to tie up just a wound, use it to filter water. That's the main thing I like using it for. If you got dirty water, use it as a pre-filter to filter some of the nastiness out of your water. Like say for instance you're gathering water out of a stream, stick this over the top of your canteen. Tie your quarters around it, good knot, tie it tight, throw that down in there, weight it down. It'll filter the water going in to get, some of the sediment, dirt, trash, bugs, stuff like that out of it. Then you would boil your water in your canteen cup, or even in this. You could boil it in this. But cotton bandana, other uses it has also, you'll see in the book. Okay, then we got kindling device. Okay, as far as kindling device, Dave recommends a headlamp. This is a Princeton Tech headlamp. Takes 2 AA batteries, easy to come by. This is exactly the same one I have. It works great. I love this little headlamp. It's very light. That's the thing I like about it. It's got a red light on it. When you turn it on, it's got the red light mode to save your night vision. Then it's got a low setting and a high setting. You change them by clicking. Click the red, click the low, then click the high. Okay, moving on. The cloth cell needle, you've already got that in your knife kit. Cloth duct tape, cargo tape, which is this right here, Gorilla Tape. Dave recommends Gorilla Tape. We'll roll of that. Okay, and the last two categories that I just added on is calories, a way to procure food, which means you need some way to gather food. One of those ways you already have your fishing kit. Another way, a little wrist rocket slingshot. And you need to be careful using this. Use common sense. Don't be shooting anybody's windows out. Don't be shooting the dogs. Don't be shooting no neighborhood pets. Don't be killing no animals. This is for emergency survival situation. You can practice with it, target shoot, but don't get in trouble, or else I'm sure your mom will take this away from you. Other thing with calories, you need a way to eat. So this is something I found. I'm going to throw it in there for you. Just a little fork, knife, and spoon. Okay, and on that, the last C I added is come and get me. In other words, signaling. Little signal mirror. You'll read in there how to use a signal mirror. You can use it for signaling. You also use it to get something out of your eye, anywhere you might need a mirror. Okay, and the last thing, you will need one more C, you will need something to carry all of this in. I'm going to send you, this is a haversack. It's not a pocketbook. Women always tell me, why are you wearing a pocketbook? It's not a pocketbook, it's a haversack. These are what mountain men use. It's what Kung Fu, Kwa Chang Kang. Google him, Kwa Chang Kang, Kung Fu. Use a haversack. Alright, and I'm trying to make this video quick so I can get to the post office, get all this stuff mailed off, and I guess that'll do it for now. I'll make some more videos later showing you how to use some of this stuff. But it should be on in the mail and on the way to you. That'll do it. Bye-bye.